Welcome to the Windham School District. I am Winfried Fenneberg, the Superintendent of Schools. Over the next several months, I'd like to highlight for you some of the wonderful elements of our school district. We will spend time in our schools to showcase our teachers, student work, and various programs. I will also introduce you to ways we deliver curriculum and use technology innovations in education. You may even learn about the world of food service, maintenance, and other systems that make our schools so successful. Today, we will spend time at the high school with Interim Principal Corey Becht. She will talk with 3 outstanding educators in business, science, and English.
Hello, my name is Corey Alice Beck, and I'm the interim principal at Windham High School. And today, we're standing outside Miss Bishop's classroom. She's a business teacher, and we're going to be joining her to take a look at her classroom. So please follow me. Hi, Miss Bishop. How are you? Excellent. Now, what class is this?
This is Business Management and Entrepreneurship.
Would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm from the area. I grew up in Derry, New Hampshire. I went to Southern New Hampshire University and majored in business education. I have my master's degree in curriculum and instruction with a concentration in technology. I have previously taught K through 8th grade computers and technology. I love the creativity that students bring and the collaboration, and when they get to really explore their ideas and they get to take them to the next level and I try to create a lot of really fun learning experiences.
I like Miss Bishop because she makes lessons fun.
So right now, students are in partner groups and they are identifying potential business opportunities based off their own individual ideas and personal interests.
I like the business class because it teaches you a lot about business and just lets you see what life's going to be like. You know, it's just... Yeah, I took this class and hope to pursue a business career one day.
She comes up with great activities for class.
Well, the best thing about Miss Bishop is that she's really organized and she makes it really easy for us to learn.
Now that you have spent the last several months teaching at Windham High School, what is the best aspect?
I love the students and the staff, and everyone has been so welcoming and really strive to make Windham High School have a sense of community, and that has been great and made my transition really smooth.
Excellent. Thank you so much for allowing us to spend time in your classroom. Today, we're in Mr. Cutting's English class. He is a brand new Windham High School English teacher. And today, we're going to check out what he's been working on with his students. Hi, Mr. Cutting. How are you? May we interrupt for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So what projects are students working on?
Right now, these guys are doing some background research about communism. We're reading Animal Farm right now, and I needed them to understand some of the key players to understand who the characters in Animal Farm represent. And then they got to choose who they were interested in, whether it be economic systems or key figures. And then they went in those groups, and they've created Google Docs, and they're working on that. We're blessed with this incredible gift of a one-to-one laptop program, and that was one of my favorite things about teaching here so far, is that the kids can create a document that they can all work on electronically. And so we'll start something in class, and then last night they could go home and do research and plug that in and communicate and basically just bring our work home and do it that much better.
He's a really down-to-earth teacher, and he kind of does it with a spark and gets everyone involved with the class discussions. And, you know, he has us take notes, so instead of turning them in for homework, we can all talk about the book as a class.
Now, I know you're passionate about writing.
Yes.
Would you let us know some philosophy you might have around the writing process?
You just want to take your time. I think some kids have a lot of anxiety about how they start, and I think just meeting them where they're at is probably one of the first things I do. What I try to do is relate it to things that they can understand, and so they get to choose the topics, and I get to coach them on the form. And then when they know the form, then we can write about something that's a little bit more academic, about like a book that we read or a play. And I think through the whole time, it's a lot of writing conferences. That seems to be the key, is that they just need somebody to explain it to them in a way that makes sense and that they know that if they have questions, they can get them answered.
No, he definitely helps you along. He gives you his recommendations, and he's always available after school or during class to help you out with your essays and what grammar constructions would work better for how you're trying to display what you want to get across to the reader.
So last question. 3 words. What would students say about you?
I think they would say that I'm
He's funny and tells stories and really keeps the class engaged by getting to know them and having fun activities, so everyone always has fun.
I think they would say that
He connects a lot of his personal stories and stuff to the class, and I don't know, he just really makes the books fun because he connects real world events to the books.
Mr. Cutting is the only teacher that I've known that's been here for half a semester and establishes dominance.
He says, without further ado, we're going to learn something new. And I mean, you gotta love that.
Well, thank you for allowing us to come into your classroom today. It's a pleasure.
Hey, pleasure was all mine. Thank you.
Today, we're in Mr. Burton's college preparatory chemistry class. We're going to spend some time speaking with Mr. Burton as well as several students in his classroom. Hi, Mr. Burton. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Thanks so much for allowing us to come into your classroom.
Well, I'm glad to be here today.
Wonderful. Now, this is your first year at Windham High School, correct?
Yes, it is. I kind of have a little bit of a background in industry as well as some experience in teaching prior to this. I've been an adjunct instructor at Northern Essex Community College for a couple years now. I was a substitute teacher in Florida, and I have a couple years experience in membrane manufacturing and vitamin manufacturing.
And what are students working on today?
Right now we're working on stoichiometry and balancing chemical equations.
Wow. Sounds pretty intense.
Even with complicated things, it's broken down so that it's a lot more simpler and easier to ingest, so that you can just break it down one by one. And even if you don't get a part, he can really explain it and simplify it so that you can really get the complicated parts of things.
If I can, I try to bring in things like cooking. So we're talking about stoichiometry right now. So I use the analogy of a recipe.
I guess I like how if we don't understand something, he's really good at breaking it down and showing us. If we come in from homework and we're like, oh, we didn't get this, he'll put problems on the board, kind of like how we're doing now, and reiterate until we get it. So that's what I like about he doesn't just keep going if people don't understand.
Because really that's what chemical equations are. They're just like recipes. They give you the exact relationship between the ingredients. So if you know that relationship, you can prepare any recipe.
Now that I can definitely relate to. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today on Spotlight on Schools. We'll see you next week at the middle school.